Oh shit, son! Big Dookie Chain podcast.
Gee Willikers.
I lost my mind there for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you've been working on a lot of stuff.
I went really high pitched right there. It was almost like I was like back in the Jackson 5, my youth days when I was in the Tumble Bunnies.
Yeah, Tumble Bunnies. I did that.
Yeah, I know. That's
I'm the
why
one who brought that up. Yeah,
that's why I brought it up.
There you go. Shout out to Hush Harding behind the cameras right now. We're working out all the kinks.
Working on all the kinks. Don't get all fucking.
All the kinkiness.
Don't get all craziness over there. So what the fuck's been going on with you, man? Haven't seen you in a while.
Well, first,
it's been years and months.
But first, who are we?
Dude, we're the fucking Big Dookie Chain guys. We have this podcast. We're fucking all over the place. You're Van Styles. I'm Chris Tash. Everyone knows who the fuck we are.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Yes. All right, back to my deep voice, my pillow talk voice.
Well, we were talking before.
My Barry Manilow voice.
Barry White voice.
Barry White voice.
I just watched a YouTube video that Barry White was the biggest gangster back in the day, which like makes all the sense in the world now that like I think about it. But like up until I saw the video, I didn't even think Barry White was a gangster at all.
How was he gangster?
He just beats the shit out of motherfuckers.
Oh.
He was a pimp. He was hitting. He was a big guy. He was a big guy that had a lot of broads and a lot of money.
He would throw his weight around.
He liked to throw his weight around, that Barry White guy. He was like, Marvin Harrison?
Yes.
You know how Marvin Harrison, the football player?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how he was like a actual...
I thought you were talking about an R&B person.
No. Marvin Harrison was a football player.
I was thinking of Marvin Gaye.
Different guy.
I'm like, yeah, I know.
Marvin Harrison was a football player for the Colts, right? He was like this. He looked like a squeaky clean guy, like he was a wide receiver. Come to find out, he was like a dude who just would shoot you. Like he was known around like Detroit for just, if you owed him money, he'd fucking shoot you. That was his thing.
Wait, are the Colts Detroit?
No.
Okay.
He was just from Detroit.
I was going to say,
and he was
my high school mascot was the Colt. Troy High School, Detroit Colts.
I know, we all know that you're from Detroit. You're
Troy.
You're
Detroit.
Detroit. You're
deep. I'm deep Troy.
Eminem,
Somerset Mall.
Eminem is your hero.
Shout out to Somerset Mall.
You're a juggalo by marriage.
I mean, after the Great Malenko came out, how anyone could not be a juggalo, I don't understand.
I think if you were born in Detroit, like in a certain era, like it's like if you're born like on American soil.
That is 100% not true.
I'm almost positive. I think
your
mother.
There's this schism between like the JD Slum Village crowd and the Juggalo Insane Clown Posse Esham crowd. And then there's the Kid Rock crowd, Mount Pleasant in the house.
When you said fucking JD, I thought you were talking about Jermaine Dupri for a minute. I'm like, wow, what the fuck is he talking about?
That'd be amazing. One of my first cassette tapes was Da Brat Functified.
Oh, I used to stay up and wait for that song to come on the radio and fucking hit record.
Classic.
Fucking, of course it was a classic.
Why is no one bringing up Da Brat for Hip Hop 50? She's a female MC. I'm surprised they weren't all over that.
You should write a strongly worded letter.
I will maybe actually consider that. But to who?
Did you really see
Hip Hop Gods?
Anything for Hip Hop 50? Did you see any of that?
Did I see any of the
any
shows?
of the stuff? Were you interested in? No?
Yeah, no, for sure. Just saw Roxanne Shante. She came to Berkeley School of Music.
I saw you with that.
Yep. And actually Flava Flav showed up out of nowhere. Well, he showed up out of somewhere, out of the backstage. But he came and did some of the... Because there was Ed O.G., there was Roxanne Shante. Those two were being awarded some... Berkeley prestigious Hip Hop 50, I don't know, influencer award, and then Flava Flav popped up to do some of those,
yeah, boys,
master of ceremony. Exactly, he did the yeah, boy, yeah.
Of course,
he
fucking did.
Yeah.
Why? I mean,
what else does he have?
If Flava Flav showed up and didn't do the yeah, boy, like, wouldn't that be like that's just disappointing? Give the crowd what the fuck they want, bro.
Right, and I was gonna say, what else does he have? But it was recently brought to my attention that he's like, was it you who was telling me that he's like,
what, a savant?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think it was you.
No, I don't know if it was me that brought that up, but he absolutely is a savant. He can play like all the instruments. He can sing. He can read sheet music, the whole nine. He's not an idiot. There was something I was watching someone talk about how one of the Freakniks or some shit like that in Atlanta or something like that. All the rappers were in a hotel. One of those festivals, and like they're all waiting.
Freaknik, I need to go to that.
Yeah, it's been canceled for quite a while now.
Okay,
but
I guess I'm not gonna go.
but fucking that I was like, what the fuck was it? Someone talking about Flava Flav sat down in the middle of like the whole lobby with the piano and like got everyone fucking like singing and shit. And,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about stuff like that.
Because I've never seen Flavor of Love. Did you see that?
Yeah, there was a woman that shit on the floor.
Oh,
there was a woman that actually took a shit on the floor. And that's what it came to. 911 was a fucking joke.
That was amazing. You know Group Home?
I do.
Okay. The group though.
I do know the group.
Okay.
Not the place.
What is it? What is it? Nutcracker and Malachi Malik. I don't.
Malachi.
Malachi. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think it was Malachi that apparently, I don't know if I read this or it was told to me, but he took a dump in the elevator at like Premier's. What's DJ Premier's famous studio?
The one I don't know. That sounds.
It's too early for me right now. Honestly, like we're starting this podcast at 2 p.m. Like my what am I even awake by this time? This is unbelievable.
Yeah. This is you just coming in and fucking waking up at the crack of the afternoon.
Crack of the fanny. Look at this shit. So I see you over there with your vape pen. I assume that's weed.
No, we don't smoke weed in this. This is a nicotine pen.
Okay, and I was gifted this by a Tinder date, the kiwi strawberry 5%, because I went out for my birthday, and let us know in the comments. Is it cool, or is it showing her that you're super lame when you go on a Tinder date, a first date from Tinder on your birthday?
I would think you were trying to guarantee some pussy.
You would think correct.
Like that's
you
like
would think correct.
That's
my
like
friend.
that's like the ultimate. You're like
because that's fucking rude.
Yeah, well that's
to not give it up when it's his birthday.
Yeah,
especially after the age of like 25. Like we're all adults here.
Yeah, you're playing the what's that called? The short. You're playing the short. You like when you bet on a stock and then like you bet on if you lose the stock. Like you're doing both.
Doing the Big Short. I saw that movie actually on a date too in the theater.
Was it a Tinder date?
I don't remember. It's so long.
You don't bring your Tinder dates to movies.
It's a bad move. Then I can do the old hole in the bottom of the popcorn bag trick. You know about that?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Okay, it's when you put the popcorn on your lap and your erect penis is sticking through the hole in the bottom of the popcorn. She reaches for the popcorn.
Okay, but
gets a little corn on the cob.
Yeah, but how do you not spill pop? How do you get the hole in the bottom of the popcorn container itself?
Oh, God.
Do you bring like a razor blade? Do you bring scissors? Like how do you have this hole in the bottom of the popcorn?
That's a great question.
And then once you cut the hole, is popcorn now just leaking all over your fucking lap? Is like, did you get does it have hot butter in it?
I think you have.
Are you staying hard for the entire movie, Ian? What the fuck is going on? This is not accurate.
You got to take the blue chew, so you're hard.
So now it's like a 5-step process.
Yeah.
To get a hand job in a movie theater.
Yeah, it's. I didn't say it was gonna be easy, but the best things in life are hard.
And then you have like
the best things in life are hard.
Like little bits of salt going in like the tip of your dick.
Well, you got sand in your badge. That's the equivalent. Salt in your dick. Salt in your urethra.
Dude, did you hear?
Have you ever gotten a UTI?
No.
Okay. Really?
No. What do you mean, really?
How? You wear condoms?
Fucking. What is wrong with you?
You've been on and off dating the same woman for I don't know how many years, but
10.
10 years? Jesus.
Yeah.
Which I just found out Method Man has been with his wife for 15 years.
You just found that out?
Wait, you knew about this?
No, I didn't.
You didn't bring it up to me?
I didn't know about this.
How long have you been storing this secret?
I'm concerned with this. How did you find out where Method Man's? What were you reading when you figured out Method Man's like love life?
No, just on my
just on
Instagram. It just popped up. I don't know, but
he must have like a nice post about his wife or something like that.
I don't know. I took a screenshot of it because it was so important to me. Do you take screenshots of lots of things on your phone, like when you're scrolling through Instagram? That you're like, I want to come back to this.
I don't scroll Instagram ever,
okay.
And I barely scroll Facebook. Ever.
Yeah, you're not much of an Insta user.
I hate it. I hate all social media.
I love it.
In fact, I would wish we didn't have to have social media.
Oh, here we go. It was on Nostalgia Moments Instagram.
Okay.
Method Man and his wife have been together for, what the fuck was I saying, 15? For 31 years. Good thing I took a screenshot of this.
What the fuck, dude? That wasn't even close.
Method Man and his wife.
What the fuck are you talking
Method Man
about?
and his wife Tamika started dating in 1992. They married in 2001. The couple have 3 children together.
So
he wasn't married to Mary J. Blige.
No.
What?
You thought he was married?
That was made up.
You thought he was married to Mary J. Blige?
I'm kidding, but her name is Mary. So I thought always.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah, get it?
No.
Marriage, Mary. And they put in the hashtags, hashtag Mary J. Blige.
Well, because all I need. You know?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I got the bootleg of that 12-inch signed by Method Man probably 15 years ago outside of House of Blues, and then I also got and then I proceeded because I was hammered to drop it and completely crease the newly minted Method Man bootleg single from undergroundhiphop.com.
When we have him in, you're gonna have to show him that because that would probably blow his mind.
Yeah, and Redman was there. I got the Time for Some Action 12-inch signed. I was really proud of that. Proud moment in my life. When you reach a certain, they say that like everyone from the hip hop industry, when you're not graduating to something, when you're like devolving, what's the word for that? Graduated to like, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. They move into the alcohol industry, which I did do. But also, there are a few select old white men who move into the collectors industry, and we just spend all our time waiting outside shows trying to get our fanboy on so we can get vinyl autographed. Anyhow, there's a little side tangent.
Are you going to get the vinyl of the new Andre 3000 Flute album?
I haven't actually heard it yet, but I am interested. I wanted to link up with you, possibly get some more shrooms, and then go in.
That's not a bad idea.
Back in action. Last Action Hero.
Last Action Hero sucks. Time for Some Action, way better.
Absolutely, I agree.
But I was saying, so Andre 3000, have you listened to it at all? Flute album.
I mean, I'm straight.
What'd you think about? So one of my, are you an Andre fan?
I'm a flute fan.
Are you an Andre fan?
The skin flute. Yeah, of course.
3000.
Who is not an Andre?
Well, some people like they're not his favorite. He's not the favorite rapper.
I mean, Outkast, Aquemini,
top 5.
Angonia.
Top 5.
Is he in my top 5?
Lyricist?
No.
Well, he's in my top 5 lyricists. That's why I asked. Top 10.
And you got him, Black Thought.
Yep, Nas, and then you're gonna have to. There's always like a Jadakiss or a Scarface somewhere in there. You know, Ghostface.
Your top 5 is cliche.
Ghostface is right there.
I was just listening to The Roots.
I don't think my top 5 is cliche because a lot of people don't like Black Thought, like at all. And Scarface isn't in anyone's like top 5.
I've never heard anyone say that they don't like Black Thought.
Oh, but if you're not into hip hop, like people don't like that.
Because he is so hip. Look at my.
If you're not into that shit, people don't want to fuck with it.
I'm wearing a new shirt. I said a hip hop. The hippie,
fuck
the hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
You suck at that.
And I think I got this off like Redbubble or Teespring. So shout out to them for not sponsoring the show. And shout out to Hush Harding. I mean, he's making 6 figures to do this, but
fucking
6 big Dookie chains. I forgot the big Dookie chain.
Oh yeah,
it was so. How do you like? It's winter time here, so it's snowing outside. So it's like the ice is cold.
What the fuck? It keeps fucking freezing. Yep. Oh, damn it. God damn it. What happens if you just do that? It comes right back on and starts recording again. That's just gonna have to be in there then for right now. We'll have to just clip that little piece out or something. This will obviously be a good one to help me learn how to fucking edit. You know. Oh, you can press that button once on the side, right? The only way to get to that menu I did was I had to shut it off. Try to record again, see if that helps.
Make it last longer than that. That's what she said.
That same thing?
Yeah.
That's it right there. It is. You should come to that menu. That menu should pop up. That menu will pop up. There you go. Are we still recording? Well, I mean, if we're going to just start doing it, let's go right into this.
So the GoPro's working. We're back on.
Yeah, there's some fucking thing with the GoPro we got to figure out. It's like a sleep or something like that. We're just not that hip to it yet.
Well, I heard you hip hop, a hippie did the hop
and
a hip hop, and you don't stop.
Hip hop 50.
So wait, but before you get to that, I heard you and Hush talking about, the footage and how we got to like slice and dice and maybe snip some of the what just happened there because we were trying to figure out the GoPro, and that got me thinking about something that is very pertinent to today's conversation. Foreskin, and what's the word when it's snipped?
Five skin.
When it's snipped.
I don't know.
Circumcision.
Don't be fucking helping him.
Yeah,
let him struggle.
Thank you,
let him struggle.
Yeah, circumcision. I told you this is early for me. Anything before
let him struggle.
Nightfall.
I want to see where his brain was going to go with that.
So I once put in a card to my mother along with a gift that I wanted mine back. Like, this is fucked up. I thought that was funny.
Hey, what are you talking about right now?
I'm talking about male circumcision, how it's like mainstream thing to do, and is that kosher? Is that kosher dills? All right, let's get back to hip hop. So, what were you saying? You wanted to talk about the Skin Flute album.
Are you done? Yeah, the Skin Flute album.
Oh, and I was putting on the icy chain. So I was asking, do we heat up the big Dookie chain?
You don't. You just put it on your body heat. The fucking radiation of your fucking sexiness just fucking breathes right through that leather bomber jacket of yours and fucking heats up that chain.
Pleather.
Yeah, I can tell.
Bomber jacket.
I can tell. The thing about Andre, right?
Yeah.
That I thought was interesting is that not only did he outsell like pretty much every rapper, which is weird because like he sold like almost 20,000 Flute albums. That's crazy too. That like 20,000 albums sold now is like a big deal.
But that's insane. But also an interesting little reason why probably is that people who are into the flute are like more upper echelon, so they're willing to spend.
Are you saying they have money?
Yeah, exactly. This was the problem. Like
broke
at WERS when we did, on the radio. Yeah,
saying broke motherfuckers buy rap.
That's
what you're saying.
That's why, like, you and I got to know one another through 88.9 at Night, the hip hop show on WERS, which no longer exists. It's extinct, and the reason they got rid of that on Emerson's college radio station is because when we did the pledge drives, like. People that called up to pledge on the hip hop show were basically like, yeah, I'll send a check. Or there were all these promises and no money was actually like ever hit the finish line. But I'm thinking like on like the world music, like the whole channel now is like an eclectic mix of like soft worldish music type stuff. And I'm imagining a flute and I'm imagining like the people that are like,
is that what got the highest?
They're paying.
Donor?
Yeah, they got the high. Right. Yeah. People who are into like soft shit.
So you telling me WERS is fucking? They went. What are they called?
They sold out.
They sold out.
Yeah, man. They sold out for money. They're a nonprofit that sold out for money.
Isn't it
money is always.
What else do you sell out for?
Fame, I guess. Fame, like little Uzi Vert. He sold his soul to the devil. So I heard.
So he sold more records than all the rest. Pretty much all the rappers this year, Andre sold more records with his flute album, which I think is great.
Unbelievable.
Also, I thought it was great that everyone got like upset at him dropping a flute album.
Yeah.
Because like if you know anything about Andre, you know he's been walking around for years now with the flute and doesn't want to rap. But what I thought was interesting was he turned down Hip Hop 50.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I read it this morning. He turned on Hip Hop 50.
So what does that mean when you turn down Hip Hop 50? Hip Hop 50 is
well the events like the big concert, the big concert they had. They had the one at the Yankee Stadium, all that shit. He turned them all down.
Unlike WERS.
I don't know.
Unlike WERS, Andre does not give a fuck about money.
You sure?
I don't know. I have no idea.
He might.
I
I think all rich people give a fuck about money.
I mean, he's walking. You said he spent the last however many years just wandering this.
Because you have money and you can do
a flute.
If you don't have money, you have to go to work. You can't fucking just wander around with a fucking flute. It doesn't work that way.
Or a kazoo,
dude. Biggest story in hip hop right now. Fucking Puff Daddy. Dude, tell me how much
did he or didn't he? That's going to be the documentary 50 Cent said he's
my hero is 50 Cent. I was going to say that's my hero, 50 Cent. That guy is brilliant.
Would you say that for Puff there is truly no way out?
I would also say
that's the name of the
this
Puff
motherfucking
Daddy Family album for anyone.
I would also say that like 50 Cent is the best troll going.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no other troll out there in the history of trolls that trolls better than 50 Cent.
He's hilarious.
He's the way he specifically trolls Puffy is fucking art.
What is the beef he has with Puffy?
I don't know. I think Puffy's just a weirdo. I think it just comes down to Puff being a fucking weirdo, to be honest with you. Because he's always been. I remember like 10 years ago, 50 talking about like Puff's gay and shit and like booty grabbing.
He
and
must
shit.
No, I'm guessing that he blackballed.
He wanted to take him shopping and shit like that. Remember?
Sorry, did he blackball?
No, Puffy wanted to take
50?
him. Puffy wanted to take him shopping and shit. And 50's like, why the fuck you want to take a grown man shopping and shit? you didn't see all that? There's an interview from like Breakfast Club from like 10 years ago that like he's saying all this shit. He's like, fucking, I remember watching it back then. He's like, why the fuck you want to take a grown man shopping? He's like, I want to come get you some clothes and shit. And he's like, nah, motherfucker, like, you grown man ain't gonna buy me fucking clothes. Fuck all that shit. Like, Puffy's like, I think he said he made passes at him and shit. I think Puffy's like been doing a lot of weird shit for a long fucking time.
There's a lot of homophobia going on here, Fitty.
You know,
I thought we were past that as a society, you know?
I think the thing is that Puffy is like taking it to like a weird level of like homosexuality. It's not even like, and it also like, just say you're a homosexual if that's the case. Like Puffy's like the fact that he hides it. I think
right,
is the case.
Hiding your homosexuality is pretty homophobic.
And they also have like those weird parties and shit. It's like, it's not just like
the eyes wide shut.
Yeah, it's
parties,
not just
like,
fucking like homophobic shit.
Reach and grab. You don't know what's
shit.
The grab bag. It could be a vagina. It could be a penis. Who knows?
Well, dude, all these motherfuckers like, I guarantee. Granted, a lot of them are probably just fucking haters and shit like that. People of that nature, like this Mark Curry. I don't even know who the fuck half these people fucking are.
Right.
But like they're all talking like Puffy, like, you know, touched their dicks and fucking Puffy like raped them and put Vaseline in their buttholes and stuff like that.
I hope one day the big Dookie chain gets big enough that I'm being interviewed about you and I have to defend. And I'm like, you know, some of the stuff that's gone on backstage here.
You think I'd be the one? Fucking the stories that you tell from Tinder. You think I'd be the one?
I mean, you got the anal beads hanging around your neck. No, I'm kidding. I know. I'm trying to deflect right now.
I know. I'm letting you go. I'm just letting you just.
It's a technique.
I'm letting you just.
It's not working. Your silence there called me out.
Yeah, no, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting way better at it.
With these vape things, when do you run out, and how does this work? How does a vape?
You'll figure
work?
it out.
Okay. When am I going to run out?
Do you know that
kiwi strawberry?
So 50 today put out a fucking thing about Puffy drugging women.
Well, yeah, and he put out the Rick Ross.
Yeah, the Rick Ross verse.
Yes, the Rick Ross verse, which was like super suspect.
Dude, have you ever heard the CeeLo Green one?
No.
It's called Necromancer.
No.
It is fucking wild.
It's a song called Necromancer?
It's a song called Necromancer. And it's a fucking wild ass song about how he drugs women and they're dead and he sleeps with them. That's the gist. That's not even the gist of the song. Those are actually words in the song. Yeah. It's all like, if I could pull it up and read it right now, it's like, it's all fucking like, I'm gonna put something in your drink, like you like it when you can't see, like.
Well, everyone watching this on YouTube right now can click out and go watch the video and then forget that they were even watching this podcast.
Well, you wouldn't want to go watch that video anyways because, like, trust me, it's not a good ride. Like, you're only going to last about, like, the
video.
First,
listen to the song, right? I'm assuming there's no music video.
I don't know. No. It's on YouTube.
So I have a list of my top, molestation rape songs. And my favorite one on that list, the number one on that list is definitely it's King Gordy and Bizarre. Justin Bieber, and they have a music video for it, and it's like the chorus is like, Bieber, we're coming to, and they're like, fuck you in the ass, like pull it out, ass to mouth, ATM. They do it all to Bieber, and in the video is King Gordy's like jacking off to a picture of Bieber in his bed. That's my favorite molestation video song. Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, check out Necromancer and put them side by side.
Okay.
The difference is CeeLo Green actually was accused of drugging and raping women.
Well, look at him. How else is he getting laid? I mean, he's rich now. So after that Happiness song came out, I think he was good.
No, that song is on the Niles Barkley album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to tell you right now.
I've actually never listened to the Gnarls Barkley album.
With Crazy on it. The album with Crazy on it.
Yeah,
the same album has Necromancer on it.
Isn't that ironic?
that's how I usually point it out to people. When that song Crazy comes on, I usually go, hey, do you know that on this album there was a song where CeeLo Green is a vampire where he drugs and rapes women?
When did that album come out though? Was that before this whole Me Too? Before
yeah. It was before the. It was before.
In the good old days.
No, because he got accused of it afterwards, and then it was like, and then I was watching something. It's like, yeah, you got a song about it, like he sings a song about that. Like the exact thing. It's like, remember that dude?
But that's called getting ahead of things.
Remember that dude? No, remember that dude?
You're like owning it. I think people need to own the rape they've done.
YM Yelly with YMN Yelly. What the fuck that kid's name was that shot somebody? What was it?
YNW Melly.
Yeah, YNW Melly. And he's like, I shot the dude and I shot him in the head twice and I hit the gun at fucking Ralph's house and then I went and had a fucking piece of pizza at this place.
Right,
like, yeah.
Because his hit was Murder on My Mind.
Yeah, no, he described like they literally like used his song. Like,
yeah, and do you know what happened? He shot his two friends and then propped them up in the car and just drove around town with the two dead friends. I think, unless I'm completely fucking that up, but I'm getting the head nod. So I think I'm onto something. What the fuck kind of a world we need religion?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Shit going on in
I just watched the fucking show last night called Love Is One. And it was almost the same thing. It was a woman who thought she was Jesus, right? I thought she was God, and then she had these people that thought she was God. They were doing smoking meth and fucking just getting drunk. Yeah. And when she died, they drove around with her for like fucking days, like states past, like through states with her and shit. The cops pulled them over. They put a fucking hat and sunglasses on her and shit. Weekend at Bernie style, man.
Oh, that's amazing.
I really want that cop to like see that. Like, that's all I could think about was the cop like watching that at home. Being like remembering it, being like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah, it did seem a little extra still for a cop.
But yeah, they used the fuck.
Shout out! I was printing up the free T.I. shirts because he just got pulled over yesterday. He was going over 100 miles an hour.
T.I. the rapper, T.I.
T.I. the rapper, and this is what I'm curious about because it was on Instagram.
Did he go to jail?
They had the cop cam of him like outside his car discussing, how he understands that he broke the law, he was speeding. But I want to know how they got the footage to put on social media of his dialogue with this cop.
That's super easy.
Okay. Oh, because it's all like public.
No, because he's rich and they have money.
Oh.
Yeah, man, that shit makes everything move.
Yeah, but Jeffrey Epstein didn't get to squash that documentary, and he was rich.
And if you're the cops. Yeah, but Jeffrey Epstein also didn't fucking tell anybody and he's rich. Fucking, if you're the cops, though, and you pull over T.I., that's probably the most...
But the cop did not know that this was T.I. he was talking to.
I understand that, but that probably makes it better for the department.
Or Tip, as some people call him.
So
no homo.
But once they figured that out and they figured out they pulled over T.I.,
pause.
I'm sure that's exactly why they put it out, because it's like it's a famous person. So they were like, whatever PD put that out.
No, for sure. But I don't think Diddy's money or his fame is going to get him out of this one.
Well,
there's too many different people popping up out of the woodwork.
You're not a Vlad fan, right?
I love Vlad. I'm a huge Vlad.
Huge Vlad fan. So you've obviously seen all the Tupac interviews with all the Outlaws and all the you've watched all.
And I was glad to see them, except I felt like he was doing what I had always wanted to do. So he's stealing all the questions I had always wanted to ask. So it kind of pisses me off.
Well, Biggie's still unsolved. You can go and track down all those people, even though some of those people.
Right, but I was more interested in like all the super out of like left field like hanger-on and gangsters that were around during the making of like The Chronic or Music to Drive.
They're still out there.
Most Wanted. I know, but he got a lot of like like he brought like Trey D from what is it the East Side.
That was like RBX.
He's RBX. Like all these motherfuckers that like me young suburbanite with hood dreams, not hoop dreams, hood dreams, would be sitting in the back of the Volkswagen, seatbelt on, listening to this music as we took Sunday drives as a family, as I was, fantasizing back then about, knowing or what may have been going on during the recording of some of these seminal albums from the West Coast, these gangster rap albums. Like, he interviewed some of the motherfuckers that did that Bloods vs. Crips album, which apparently a lot of people got killed over. I have both those cassettes sealed, got them off eBay. Immediately, I was like, that is the most gangster thing I can get at this point in my life. is get mint copies of the the Bloods album, the Crips album, and then the Bloods and the Crips, the joint album they did together.
Well, you know then that if you're obviously a big fan of Vlad and you're a big fan of the West Coast shit.
And I was born in
LA,
LA,
that fucking
West Side.
Puffy paid Von Zip, $1 million that we supposed to pay to Keefe D for the Pac shit.
Oh, no.
You don't. So you
I don't remember.
You didn't watch that, all those interviews and everything like that.
I thought I did, but I don't.
Yeah.
What happened?
So it's in a bunch of them.
Okay.
And then what happened was Von Zip ended up stealing the money.
Okay.
And never paid it to Keefe.
Huh.
So and Mike Tyson was the one who actually said something about that shit as well too.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did hear
Mike
it on
Tyson
a BG
talking about it.
BG
was talking. Yeah, a bunch of them talked about it. So Zip was the dude who was down with Puffy, and Puffy was also down with all those fucking the not the MOB guys, the other guys, Southside Crips.
MOB, money over bitches. Something that still rings true to this day, especially in 2023. All these simps need to. If there's anything to live by, I think the MOB.
Do you think
acronym.
Puffy will have to face any of those accusations?
You know,
because I mean, there's a lot of shit coming out now. I mean, there was a grand jury indictment, all that crap. I mean, it's
free Puff. Have we printed up the free Puff free Diddy?
I'm like
shirts yet?
I'm not one of those people that I'm not.
You don't like to capitalize off?
I don't like Puffy, so I'm for some reason I'm okay with him just getting all fucked. It's I feel like he is Illuminati God got expired or some shit like that. I feel like he's fucked over so many people and taken so much shit from so many motherfucking people.
Well, what shirt would sell? Because a shirt with Fiddy on the front and Diddy
Puffy
on the back, Fiddy and Diddy. The Fiddy and Diddy shirt. Hey, listen to this. So this is one of the greatest ideas I've ever had. I shouldn't say this out loud because somebody is going to steal it. But I'm
gonna anyways.
For a shirt, I don't give a Shiite, and then on the back, so Sunni. You know? I don't give a shit, so sue me, but Shiite, so Sunni. Come on now.
You trying to get fucking...
We're going to get canceled. Yeah, you said we're not allowed to talk about WEED.
You can talk about it.
Because we could possibly get
demonetized. You can talk about it.
But so far we've talked about...
Yeah, you can talk about...
rape.
You can talk about all that stuff. Crazy, right?
So we can talk about rape, molestation... Murder. Yep, murder.
I would just let him sit in his shit for a minute again. Just gotta let him sit in his awkward. It's the only way he's gonna learn.
The equipment, the equipment up here is just not fully functioning right now.
Dude, MTV Unplugged's coming back.
Oh, sweet! I was just watching
Queen Latifah.
Nirvana on that.
Queen Latifah.
That's dope. She should do UNITY.
Do you think it's really dope?
UNITY. That's for unity. Do I think it's really dope? I mean, I've never been into that acoustic sort of shit because I'm not into that soft shit. Like Puffy, I like it hard.
That's an oxymoron. That was a good one. There we go.
Thank you.
No, but seriously, LL Cool J, leather outfit, leather fucking Dr. Seuss hat. You didn't fuck with it? Mama said knock you out.
I love Mama.
All the white gunk up in his armpits. Remember that shit?
This was on Unplugged.
Unplugged? You remember that?
No. Straight up, the only Unplugged I've ever watched was Nirvana Unplugged, which, R.I.P. Kurt Cobain. Not enough people on hip hop podcasts giving R.I.P. to Kurt Cobain.
Why not?
I don't know. There's this separation between church and state, rap and rock. Still to this day, even after we had rap rock. Shout out to Limp Bizkit.
I only got the one picture there, but you could see the white gunk in his armpits. He had some
He's using that Arm & Hammer. That's good because it's terrible and free. I mean, you might have white gunk. He was
using fucking something, man.
Did you see his oil? Look at that picture again. That oiled up body.
He was
Diddy
sweaty.
Would love that.
He was sweaty.
Oh, he's sweaty. Okay.
Ladies love
Cool J. That's what it stands for. What does KRS-One stand for? Knowledge reigns supreme over everything.
What was your fucking experience? You just went and saw LL Cool J? Did you get in?
Yeah, I did. I got in. Wait, where did I see him?
Rock the Bells.
No, I didn't see him at Rock the Bells. No, I saw it was. I did go to an LL Cool J concert.
You didn't just go to the one in Boston.
I did.
It was like
the Force tour. It was the Force tour.
The Force tour is what it was, yes.
Okay,
that's
so
it was.
LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, Moni Love, who she was awesome. Yeah, it was great. We bought tickets, the cheapest tickets, which were like up in the balcony, the furthest point, and an obstructed view. But immediately, like bosses, we Hollywooded that shit and just walked straight down to the floor. And no one, I guess I looked official with my bag. My bag maybe looked like it could have had a camera in it, so they thought I was official. But really, it just had like 50 different vinyl for LL Cool J to sign and Queen Latifah to sign. Because, like I said, on that groupie love.
Yeah, every time I've been with you anywhere with this live music, you're always always have the
because I always feel like this opportunity I've had to be like at all a part of hip hop culture, like the rug's gonna get pulled out from under me. So I feel like I need to take all I can take before that happens. But now it's been like 20 years, and I'm apparently still immersed in this universe. So I guess I can like ease off and be a little less embarrassing for everyone that has to roll with me. I got the Sharpies, I got the acid-free markers.
I've actually seen it work. You shouldn't stop doing that because I've seen it work in your favor when we got the interview somehow. Because people are impressed when you pull out, like you don't pull out the copy you can buy in Walmart. You pull out
Sometimes
the fucking.
I do. Sometimes I do.
You pull out the original fucking. It's like the first copy. It's always some like special limited edition fucking old school.
Yeah, when I can.
It's always something like extra because I've seen people go, how the hell do you get when you did it to Jazzy Jeff, the guy that was with the old guy.
I brought the cassette.
The old guy that was with them.
Yeah, it's never the artist. It's the hanger-ons who are like.
Jazzy Jeff had an old guy with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, how the fuck did you get that? He's like, I didn't even have that. Fucking.
Yeah, and I actually just took a screenshot of a Naughty by Nature post because Naughty by Nature, before they were Naughty by Nature, had apparently put out a vinyl under the name, I don't know, go look it up because I don't remember. I can't find the screenshot. But, oh, wait, hold up. The New Style. And the 12-inch, the LP was called Independent Leaders. And you definitely should look up the cover of this album. It looks hilarious. Vin Rock is in like a cardigan. Tretch is looking. I mean, Tretch is wearing like the outfit the do not pass go straight to jail Monopoly guy is wearing. He's pointing.
Oh, I've seen that picture before.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm like, shit, I gotta get this because I just met Tretch for the first time like 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. He was in town there was an event at Harvard which was put on by Ice-T was hosting it. And
more hip hop 50 shit.
Yeah, more hip hop 50 shit. There was Melly Mel, Scorpio, yeah, a whole bunch of cats. But the one I was most excited to meet was definitely Tretch. And I snuck. I acted as if and snuck backstage like a boss. And Tretch, he gave us the big Dookie chain drop for.
He did.
Yeah. So God bless him. When others were like, well, I might have to tune in and see what this show's about before I give you a drop, and say that I'm endorsing the big Doogie chain. Tretch was just like all in from the beginning,
Of course.
So he's a really cool guy. I always thought like that if I ever did meet him, he would be more, like a scary, unfriendly dude, right? Because he's the one who in the movie The Show back in the day, that Russell Simmons movie, he's talking, they're like, what would you do if you weren't rapping? And he's like, I'd be in your mom's house, duct taping you up. Yeah, so it's scary, right?
Tretch is a real dude. He's a blood.
Oh, he's a blood?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like Lil Wayne. Did Lil Wayne
I'm pretty sure he's the one that brought the Bloods to New Jersey.
Pretty sure that's absolutely inaccurate, but I like that you said
that. I'm pretty sure that like they were one of the first ones to I was just watching this on Drink Champs not too long ago. He was talking about it. There was he had who the fuck was it? I don't want to butcher it all up.
That's interesting.
I'm pretty sure he was one of the first. It had to do with like because the One Nation album.
Okay.
Pac had an East Coast group of guys, which was the Outlaws, and Tretch had a West Coast group of guys under him, and it was some gang, and they were Bloods. And they used to come to Jersey to do shows and shit, and then they brought that shit with them. and it's stuck there, and I don't know the whole history, all the shit like that. But the end of the story was, I think he had something to do with it. Well, he was claiming he had something to do with it.
With Biggie's murder?
No, actually, no. The opposite of that.
Okay.
But those are all the same guys, though.
Yeah, it's like this incestuous little family around the Biggie Tupac murders and the Bloods and
the Jimmy Henchmans, the fucking, they're all the same. It's like the same.
But you got me thinking about I forget what old Naughty by Nature video where Tretch is wearing the red jumpsuit. He's like performing on stage. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was all him talking. I think he was talking about MC8 was there. He was talking about it's the Blood neighborhood, and he was like, "Yeah, like that's what it is out here."
And MC8's a Crip.
Yes.
And you're in your Crip colors today, actually.
That's why I'm wearing them.
Nice.
Because I figured that
I'll do the Crip sign.
When I go
let's see if you can do the Blood sign.
Well, when I go Crip walking later,
can you do it?
I'm not gonna be throwing up gang signs in this motherfucking show. Are you out of your mind? What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Listen, no one is gonna take a gang sign seriously out of either of us. Right?
Yeah, that's because when has that never been taken seriously?
I mean,
fucking, it's like the certain shit that's taken seriously. Like
GDE
every single time.
What's that shit? What was that shit? Was it Diddy's son recently? Was it Diddy's son?
No, it was T.I.'s son.
No, it was Diddy's son who was throwing up the gangster.
T.I.'s son, I believe.
I believe that you're incorrect, sir. It was, and he was throwing up the GD Vice Law, like something killer. GDK. What is it? Gangster Disciple Killer.
Somebody has to fund them.
Thank you, Hush. Somebody. True. Facts. What's that? It was Puffy's son. Thank you.
See, this is why you should have a mic.
But we were watching. But how could he say it was a lie? They posted on Instagram the video of him, like with his girl throwing up GDK. Well, what I'm saying is. We're gangster disciple supporters on this show. We are not killers of anyone, any sort. I believe in that commandment, the thou shalt not kill. Maybe not the thou shalt not steal, because I've been getting busy at Target. You know what I'm saying? I'm only paying for half. I'm not paying for both of like the chicken prize packs.
I wouldn't either if I was you.
Yeah.
I mean, because what kind of fucking red-blooded American would ever fucking pay for both?
And is Target affiliated with the Bloods? Is that why they're wearing all red?
I think so. That's why they have targets on them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because the Crips put them there.
Damn. So the Crips created Target.
Yes.
Yeah.
To put targets on Bloods.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It was like at the long con.
That actually makes sense, though.
Yeah, that's the long con.
And we're the first. This is breaking news from the BDC podcast.
Where the fuck is Kurt Loder when you need him?
Dude. Kurt Loder, what was the woman who was always in that interview with Tupac on
Serena
the beach, Venice Beach?
Oh no, fucking what the fuck? I know. I can picture her fucking face. It's like a little mousy chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured
that has to be the most like played video that I've.
He's on Venice Beach.
Yeah,
they're walking on Venice Beach.
Yeah, with Tabitha Soren.
It's Tabitha Soren. That's what it is. Yeah.
Damn. R.I.P. Yo MTV Raps. It was probably another one of these situations. They had the viewership, but somehow weren't getting the sponsorship.
Fred Demme. Didn't Fred Demme die?
Who's that?
Oh, Ted Demme, right? Oh, that's Ted Demme. The guy who's Yo MTV Raps. The guy who the creative mind behind all that shit.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was Ted Demme.
I know it was Fab Five Freddy who was doing a lot of the
he was
interviews.
Interviewing people, but someone had to like put.
Yeah. Like, the man behind the man.
Yeah, there was like
when we say the man behind the man or the guy behind the guy, it all comes back to Diddy.
Yo MTV Raps. This is the good shit we could talk to like someone like Hush about, because like I don't think he wouldn't even remember that. Like, but then again, they wouldn't have needed that.
Hush was just a twinkle in his parents' eye.
They didn't need Yo MTV Raps every single day. I mean, on Saturdays at like Saturday nights at like 9 or 10, it came on for an hour. But then there used to be another time where it would come on like every day after school. It'd be like, I don't know, like 3:30, 4 o'clock or some shit like that. It would come on like every fucking day. Ed Lover and Dr. Dre would be on.
Yep.
And that was like the shit. Like you had to get all your hip hop was like, there was that, there was the Source magazine, and like that was just, I mean, in like 80, like whatever college radio station would play hip hop. That was pretty much it.
Oh, and that was an interesting thing with the panel that assembled over at Harvard a couple weeks ago. And it was brought up, of course, in the panel, is that Dave Mays, the creator of The Source, started The Source as a newsletter, a Harvard newsletter.
Yep,
He was a Harvard grad student or?
I don't think he graduated, but like he maybe went back.
Nobody graduates when Benzino's in the picture. That's for goddamn
fucking.
sure.
You see his new podcast with Suge Knight?
Oh wait, Benzino? No,
Dave Mays.
Dave Mays. Yeah, I've seen like the animated Suge on my Instagram feed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I
It's AI.
I didn't know Dave Mays was part of
Dave
that.
Mays is the one interviewing him, talking to him. He's the one collecting the call.
That's
or whatever the fuck
smart.
it is.
So he's got to pay for those collect calls.
I'm sure that they're getting
Deep
fucking
pockets.
Instagram money.
Yeah.
Suge actually said he was talking about Puffy. He's like, I don't want no man to go to jail, but when he comes in, he goes, he can be my celly. He's talking about, he's like, I ain't gonna make you give me head, but you're gonna be cleaning toilets.
Oh my god. We're in such like a ratchet time.
Bizarro world.
I guess we've always been ratchet as a human race, but nowadays it's just like when we're just talking about all the ratchetness that used to go on behind the scenes.
The internet's helped. The internet's helped a lot.
The internet is undefeated. Isn't that what they say?
It's made it like just so, I don't know. It's just so, everything is just like, I was watching Christmas Vacation last night.
Yeah, National
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yep. And it's like not even, like we don't do any of the shit that's in that movie anymore. Like none of it. Not even like the Christmas stuff. Like the family stuff, the way people talk, the way people dress, the way people sit down for dinner, like all of it.
Yeah.
It's all just like a foreign land when you look at that shit. Because I remember doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, like, none of this shit's accurate anymore. Like it's all, and the jokes that are like outrageous.
Yeah.
Like wouldn't even like bend the fucking needle at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's talking to some chick like who's like got big tits and he's just like hubba hubba. You can't like say words and shit. It's just like it goes on for like 3 minutes. You're like, what the fuck is this shit?
I gotta revisit.
Revisit that one. It's just nostalgia. Like they have like wallpaper on everything, and like like just shit like that. Like when the fuck's the last time you seen wallpaper? Like is that even a fucking thing?
Except in A Christmas Story, when they had the leg lamp. That was pretty saucy.
Pretty saucy. I could see you having one of those.
A leg lamp for sure.
I could see.
I don't, but I could see myself having one, and maybe I'll look into that. Maybe a little eBay purchase is in order.
So Christmas is right. You being from Detroit, did you see that Curtis Blow is doing the Nutcracker in Detroit?
Curtis Blow. Pause.
Curtis Blow.
Pause.
He's
doing the Nutcracker. Pause. Jesus fucking Christ.
The hip hop Nutcracker.
Nobody say pause anymore. The hip hop Nutcracker. Dude, hip hop is getting so gay.
Except it's not on Christmas. It's the same story.
Okay.
Except now it's in New York and it's on New Year's Eve. Rest of it's all the same.
Okay. It's gone too far.
It ends with everyone breakdancing to the breaks.
That's ridiculous.
I'm dead fucking serious.
Hip hop is hilarious.
I watched the video on it this morning for preparing for this show. I'm dead. It's in Detroit too. It's just like
we need the hip hop ice capades. When they take hip hop on ice and not on ice, I'm here all day, folks.
No, you're not.
I'm only here for like another half hour.
You're not even here for that long.
So there were some things that you wanted to talk about.
Those are all the things I want to talk about.
Current event-wise?
The last thing I did want to talk about.
We didn't talk about snow yet. Speaking of Christmas.
I think about the rapper Informer.
Oh, Informer.
That was MC Shan, right?
Cinema, acapello. I lick a boom, boom down.
That's MC Shan.
Yeah, MC Shan was behind those lyrics, right?
I don't know how many of those lyrics he was behind, but he definitely was on. Didn't he rap? Didn't he rap on that song?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
He rapped on that song.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to Snow? What happened to him? Was he Canadian or something?
Did he go to jail? I mean, went to jail. I feel like he went to, I know nothing about Snow, but I feel like he went to jail.
But speaking of Snow, what about Kodak White? See what I did there?
No.
Kodak Black just got arrested for cocaine possession, so I called him Kodak White.
So
because cocaine is white.
How much cocaine?
Come on.
How much cocaine?
Come on.
How much cocaine did he get arrested with?
I have no idea.
Did you read the article?
I read the headline.
Did you say 10 a key?
So I've been listening to a lot of Young Bucks straight out of Cashville recently. I've been alternating between that and the Roots Game Theory.
That makes sense.
But back to, I know, two albums that have nothing to do with, like, couldn't be further from one another. But yeah, so Kodak Black, my dude, he got pardoned by Trump.
Yeah.
He got a fucking presidential pardon, and dude's been getting nothing but arrested since.
Well, I mean,
so somebody on the World Wide Web said that the free Kodak shirt he bought in 2016 was a great investment. Just keep it on.
Fucking, I mean, if you're a person who needs to get a presidential pardon, chances are you might be good at getting arrested.
I need a presidential pardon for my fucking life. You know? Like, I just turned 41, and it is dismal. Like, the things I imagined I'd have done by 30.
Why?
Why? Because I lost my way. I thought that's why you brought me on this podcast, was to keep me off the streets.
Yes, it basically it is, but you know they don't have to know that.
What's that thing? Like she's for the streets. Is that what they say? Speaking of ratchetness, like
I don't know.
A girl that just can't keep it in her pants, or can't not keep it in her pants, as the case may be. She's for the streets.
Well, I don't know. What do you usually say in those situations?
You've been out of the game for too long.
What do you usually say in those situations?
Where I'm being called out as a ratchet ass hoe.
I don't. Whatever situation you have.
Whatever. What I'm saying is the big Dookie chain got me up off the streets, and I can always thank this podcast for that, even if we are only on our third or fourth.
This is
episode.
fourth. This is number 4 now.
Number 4.
You know what I mean?
Have you ever taken a number 4? It's like a number 2, but if you double up on it. I took the hardest. Like this thing ripped my anus twice the size that it was previously. Last night, I don't know, not enough fiber or something, but I was like in the Starbucks bathroom, like gritting my teeth, doing the George Costanza. My shirt is off. I'm sweating.
You live
like I did not. Get
you live less than 5
out.
minutes from Starbucks,
and I don't like to shit at home because you don't shit where you eat. Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
There's no Starbucks in Central Square anymore. Ever since Starbucks has to allow anyone to use their restrooms because they got called out for discrimination, they when I would try to go to the Starbucks Central Square by my house, always the bathroom would be shut down because somebody had nodded off and died in there because everyone was going in there to shoot up because it's across the street from the methadone clinic. Which brings me to a time that my mother was in town. And she brought, we always grew up with golden retrievers, lived on the cul-de-sac, had a golden retriever, a brother and sister, 2.5 years in age difference from one another. So it was like the Partridge Family. But anyhow, she brought the golden retriever up, Murphy, or maybe it was Bailey or Logan. One of the 3 golden retrievers we had. And she was walking with me and the dog, and we got over to right across from the Starbucks, and there's a methadone clinic. So I wasn't paying much attention, you know. I have all these hip hop thoughts going on. I can't pay attention to my own flesh and blood. And I ended up across the street, and I see my mom just on the other side of the street in front of the methadone clinic, and it was like a Walking Dead. All the zombies had descended on this golden retriever and were petting the dog. And I'm like, I'm never touching that fucking dog again. Which I wasn't really touching the dog much to begin with because I'm kind of allergic, and also I'm not Diddy, you know, right? I wasn't diddling the dog.
Well, was Diddy accused of dogs too?
I feel like that could totally be what's next.
The freak-offs?
He liked to Diddy Fitty. Maybe Fitty got molested by Diddy, and that's why he's so mad.
I was always in the assumption, because everyone from like Jamaica, Queens, has always talk about that, like he used to run the streets just beating people the fuck up all the time. So like I think I think that's just kind of who he was. You know? So like they're like, yeah, I was gangster, but that dude used to just run around just beating people up. And
now there's this whole question of is he or is he not, as Charlemagne put it, a diabolical genius, 50 Cent. Are we giving him too much credit?
He is. The whole the way he
I always thought Young Buck was the brains behind G-Unit.
Well, Game came out today talking about the only one that got paid for G-Unit was 50.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's an article today because Game was just on Vlad TV.
What the fuck? How do they work these deals? Like, I'm just like totally amazed. You know what? Recently though, I was listening to the Gangster Chronicles podcast, which is MC8 and nerdy white journalist. Fuck, can't remember his name right now. And this dude Steele, but not to be confused with Tech and Steele, aka Smith and Wesson. And anyhow, they were. What the fuck were we just talking about?
I don't know. You're going off a tangent, man.
Yeah, I've gone off on a tangent. But they were talking about MCA was talking about. They were interviewing Spice One, and they were talking about these 360 deals. But it does make sense back in the day. Like that Spice One was saying for the 4 albums he did on Jive, he didn't get paid royalties on any of them. But it does make sense, as MC8 pointed out, because basically the record company recoups on anything they spend on you as an artist.
Yep.
So if you get a $3 million deal, and back in the day, if you want like a Hype Williams music video, you got to pay him like $100,000 plus. It's fucking expensive.
$250,000.
$250, yeah.
And
not like today.
They talked about Hype would fucking like run that motherfucker up too.
Yeah,
like a crazy.
So here you are. You're like coming from abject poverty. You have no money. You're getting a $3 million deal, and then you got the fucking Jive Records pulling some jive ass shit on you, basically running the bill up. Oh, so this is why MC8 was saying like he would have like, you know, maybe he would get like one producer that was like a homie of his rather than all the producers like the label wanted him to use, because he didn't want to have this tab that he then had that they would cash out on before they, you know, didn't pay him out any royalties, so to speak. But at the same time, if you spend more, I guess, I don't know, can you spend more than the budget? No, probably not.
Absolutely.
But then that doesn't, they can't come into your pocket and get money that you have. They can only take money they haven't given you yet.
Well,
so it's like,
I don't know. They could probably take Future money.
Why would anyone take Future's money? And Future's not getting the love that he used to be getting, you know? And they're shitting on Lil Baby now, too. The whole game is fucked up. Kodak Black getting locked up for cocaine possession.
How much coke was it? How much coke was it? You don't even know. Like, was it personally used coke? Was it a fucking pound of coke? Or what the fuck?
I don't know. But did you see him on Drink Champs?
No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Kodak Black, so I don't.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're not a fan of Drink Champs, and I was going to say that's
Drink Champs is getting a little. It's.
There's too much of this. Like, give him his flowers. Like the whole Lil Wayne interview, they stopped it so many fucking times so that they could do the clapping. It was really obnoxious. And
but it's like
Nori needs to be put on pause. I think you told me that.
Yeah, the first hour is always usually decent, and then like the longer it goes, like the drunker they get, and then you can't understand the fucking. If there's more than 2 people there too, you can't understand what the fuck's going on because they're all just like yelling over each other the whole time.
And we've never done that on this show.
Or like fucking like someone will be telling an amazing story.
Yeah.
And like Nori will just jump in the middle like, oh yeah, let me ask you about something. It's like, bro, he was just telling you like how you made like who shot you. Like, what the fuck why are we stopping this right now?
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's what he does a lot.
But he will also pop in with like stories about how he somehow is connected to whatever they're talking about.
Yes.
Which I was reminded recently, as Nori wants to remind everyone who watches the podcast, that they were in a shootout in front of, what is it, Def Jam?
Hot 97.
Hot 97, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it with?
I think Mobb Deep, wasn't it?
Was it Mobb Deep?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty
sure
so.
someone from Mobb Deep's camp shot Nori.
No. Mobb Deep when they were young after Juvenile Hell or whatever, and they were supposed to show up for a meeting at the Def Jam or what label? Loud Records office. Somebody got shot in the lobby there. I don't know if it was but I think that was a different story than the one where Little Kim, I feel like, was involved in the shootout. Maybe it was Bad Boy with like Capone and Noriega. But the fact is, it's fucking insane. Like, and even like George Bush's like sister, or he was like in a drunk driving accident that killed someone. The shit that all these people that are famous nowadays were able to get away with and still become who they are today, it gives me hope. It gives Hush hope. You know, like we can do anything and still make it. And in fact, if we haven't done anything questionable,
Donald Trump.
Grab him by the pussy.
That guy. Well,
the only reason I voted for him.
He literally was accused of many sexual fucking assaults. It's not just like one sexual assault. These minors. You know, like he said himself that he used to go backstage and fucking the Miss Universe fucking thing and like
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah,
no,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's all fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's all fucked up.
Well, I'd like to go on record now and say I've never molested. I've never raped.
I'm sure that's going to be a great soundbite.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
That's going to be the new TikTok
Everything's
video.
fucked up because there's a white lighter on the table.
Yeah.
What in God's name is going on here? How can you allow that? You're jinxing the show, man.
I know.
Why was it that white lighters when we were kids were like bad news?
Because we were stupid and know what the fuck we were talking about.
No one would use a white lighter back then.
I used them all the time.
Oh, did you?
Like people wouldn't use a white lighter to like light their cigarettes up.
Yeah, you would get like
like,
you would get like the
Did you ever smoke?
Lighter pack? Yeah, you get like the pack.
You
and it would have. Yeah, I did.
How long?
I mean, I started smoking recreationally in middle school, probably around 10 or 11. Newports, even though all my friends were smoking, Marlboros or something non.
You used to go to the store and buy packs of cigarettes?
No, I used to go to the store in my Puffy Raiders jacket, and just line my sleeves with everything I could get while my buddy was distracting the person that was supposed to be behind the counter. We would steal anything. Actually, it was brought up on a group chat the other day. What we were really smoking a lot of, which is disgusting, was the whistle tip Black and Milds. And inhaling that shit. But no, simultaneously, I was also addicted to cigarettes up until about age 30, and I got off of that shit, since you didn't ask, by taking Wellbutrin, which is an antidepressant, but it also goes by the name Zyban, which is used to get people off cigarettes, and it really worked. Cigarettes would never tasted as good again.
Yeah, cigarettes. I just passed 2 years. 2 years.
Congratulations.
No,
nice.
Thank you. No smoking.
And how long no drinking now?
I'm almost at 2 years.
Shit.
Yeah, almost at 2 years.
Yeah, we should do like the 1 year anniversary of the BDC, the Big Dookie chain.
How long are you on drinking?
Since April 15th. Not that anyone's counting.
I would be over 2 years right now, but on December 2nd was when I stopped. And then on February 2nd, I had a sip of a drink that tasted what it tasted like. Someone was like, "Oh, I made this thing." I just tasted it. I was like, fuck, I had to stop my whole thing over again. So it will be 2 years will be on the 2nd of So
you're meticulous with it.
Yeah, I quit drinking but I haven't had a single drop of alcohol. February 2nd.
February 2nd.
And that will be 2 years.
Damn, that
I never thought I'd ever. Your liver's back to normal. Your lungs never get back to what the fuck they were. What's crazy is I just saw something after 2 years of smoking, right? 2 years of quitting smoking.
Yeah.
Your heart disease, your rate for heart disease is by half.
Huh.
Do you know that the rate for heart disease is higher than the rate for fucking lung cancer?
I did not know it,
Holy
but I do see a lot of processed food being consumed.
No, I'm saying cigarettes.
Oh, cigarettes. Okay.
Fuck what they give, it's like you think it was like cancer related is why everyone fucking dies from cigarettes.
Right.
No, heart disease.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Now it's on the package and shit like that. Heart disease is right up there. But you've read the articles now. It's like this. It has the same fucking, I don't know, same like mortality-ness or whatever the fuck you want to call it as cancer does.
That's too bad. I remember being a child, thinking yeah, I can smoke because in the future, by the time I'm old enough to get cancer, they'll have a cure for cancer. They'll have a cure for all this.
They have a cure for hip hop. Remember that? When we were younger, that it was supposed to be a flash in the pan and it wasn't going to keep lasting, and now it's the biggest music genre in the world, and it's a multi-trillion-dollar business, and
biggest influencer.
It's global.
Yeah.
Biggest influencer.
And meanwhile, rock. What the fuck happened to rock?
Well, that's about to happen.
It dropped.
What's about to happen to hip hop? I mean, even the last thing on this board right here is talking about how Eminem how they're doing concerts now in Fortnite and they're doing concerts in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Eminem just had one. It crashed the servers and shit like that. It wasn't even a concert. It was an 11-minute an 11-minute show thing, and then he came out and sang one song in the metaverse. On Fortnite, and the whole thing crashed. Put away for hours to get that little just to see that little clip and shit. But that's the next.
Yeah, everything is going digital.
So it's all and I mean, we talk about rock music and how that kind of faded out and shit. But hip hop, I mean, what they're doing now isn't all. That's not all hip hop. That's you know what I'm saying. That's some other That's why people don't Black Dot's hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These are different genres of music because people of color make them.
Chief Keef is maybe not hip hop.
It's
that's drill music.
It's a split of the genre, but it's not it's hip hop is bars, beats, pockets, lyrics, that's hip hop. That's not what Chief Keef's trying to do.
Right.
That right there is actually almost fine because we're probably gonna go 5 more minutes. Fucking yeah. So I mean, we're basically at the end of this anyways. But all that Chief Keef isn't trying to do that.
Right.
It's not what he's trying to do. I don't think a lot of the younger guys are trying to do that.
I'd say though a lot of them would argue that they are lyrical and therefore are hip hop, like a Lil Baby.
I think he might be one of the ones. I mean, I'm not really familiar with them, but people that I respect as lyricists, do talk about how he's like a good lyricist. So, I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but
right,
the fuck is. So Chief Keef, I don't think he's really trying to be like a lyricist. I mean, he might be, but I don't think that's like what he's going for. I don't think him and like Black Dot or Talib are going for like the same thing.
It's all about the vibe now.
Oh, the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the vibe.
Yep.
What are you listening to?
Well, you already know.
I don't.
Young Buck and the Roots, remember?
Oh, yeah. Buck and the Roots.
and there's a Fabulous CD in there too. But in terms of new shit, I mean, just super underground stuff. I was listening to Billy Woods and Kenny Siegel. They have this new album named Maps. Pitchfork, I think, made in maybe one of their top 5 albums of the year. Super dope. And other than that, you know, just not the Flute album yet. I got to check that out.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm always listening to the same old shit. I'm stuck in like 96.
Big L on repeat.
No, you know what I was listening to was actually the I was watching some interviews on D Dot and shit, and I went back and listened to some of that Mad Rapper album. Not a bad album. Like,
wait, D Dot? I know K Dot is Kendrick Lamar.
D-Dot.
What's D Dot?
D Dot, Derek and Angeletti. Remember the Mad Rapper?
Yeah, I remember the Mad Rapper.
Remember the Mad Rapper album?
Yeah.
D Dot was one of Puffy's hitmen.
Okay.
He produced. He's the guy previously on Ready to Die. That voice you hear, that's D Dot.
Okay.
He executive produced that whole Biggie's second album.
Okay.
And like a lot of the bad boy shit and all that stuff.
What is executive producing beyond just funding the project? What is the difference between that and producing?
It's also like getting the sound for the album, like putting it all together, like having the vision, like
the vibe.
Albums have to have a fucking like people don't make that shit anymore. Where it's like a whole like a story that's in there, and that kind of shit, like and making it all like sound the same way and
cohesive,
and also like you might be playing keys on this one and playing guitar on this one and engineering that one and recording like so you're doing different shit on so you know what I mean, you're kind of just in the fucking
you're a project manager.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It could be everything from like doing nothing and overseeing or being completely fucking hands on and getting your hands dirty with every single thing,
Yeah, got it.
But I was listening to the Black Rob album, the fucking
Story,
Life Story album.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking album, man.
I got to visit that.
It's got to be like
I don't know if I've listened to that album.
It's like 14, 15 good songs in that fucking album.
Really?
Yeah.
And I know I know at the time that I had listened to more than just.
I'm thrown back by it. And now I know Black Rob just came out with another album because D Dot like put an album together for Black Rob called like Life After Rest in Peace. Is what it's called. And So I think I'm gonna check that out.
You know what that actually reminds me of? I saw this on Rock the Bell's Instagram the other day, which is they were asking online, would you want like an NWA reunion with Eazy-E? Like he's AI'd, artificial intelligence.
So Zombie Eazy-E?
Yeah, pretty much. And people, I hopped in the comments and I was like, "Fuck no, I don't want that." That's just so cheesy to me. But a lot of people were like, "Yeah, that'd be dope."
Yeah, but those people probably never like had an actual NWA album.
Yeah, probably.
Like those people don't know about like, was it Ellen Finzagen?
Oh yeah,
they don't even know about they have no idea.
Yeah.
They have no idea about any of that stuff. Like,
right, but it begs the question like. How much does keeping it real matter? That has been asked since the dawn of hip-hop time.
You know what's weird, and maybe we'll get into this next time, is back in my day, that's the only thing that mattered.
Right.
Now, I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah, and there was I think it was Fat Joe who said that he lied in 90% of his songs. I see that quote going around.
Yeah, because he talks about fucking women and he's talking about he lies so his wife won't cut him. That's
okay.
Yeah. I mean, Fat Joe obviously is crazy Puerto Rican. Like everyone knows, Fat Joe is super official. Like, yeah, you don't fuck with Fat Joe. You have a fucking 100 Puerto Ricans at your door type shit. Like he's the one who's like, yeah.
Fat Joe Da Gangsta was his first album. That came out before Jealous One's Envy. Jealous One's Envy being one of the greatest rap albums of all time.
I don't think like nowadays any of that shit matters. It was cool back when we were kids and hip hop was like brand new still and all that because it was almost like wrestling. Like everyone had their own like such different distinct fucking sound and style. Like your clothes had to be different, your haircut had to be different, your fucking everything had to be different. Like Biggie put a baby on his album.
Yeah.
And they said that was close enough to biting. Nas's album. Nas put a kid on his album. Biggie put a baby on his album. Biggie put a whole baby on his album, a white background. Nas put a kid on his album. And that was still close enough to say that's the biting. The biting fucking on the purple tape.
Okay.
They bit off of Nas's shit. Talking about Biggie.
Oh shit. Okay.
He's talking about Biggie. He's talking about Biggie. That's what they talk about that shit all Drink Champs and everything.
Huh.
But yeah, man. Back on the clock. Got an episode in, episode 4, Big Dookie Chain.
I know. I feel pretty accomplished.
Yeah, man. And fucking next week, I think we'll be back, bringing some guests in and fucking kicking up some old dust and back on the clock. But I think you want to tell these motherfuckers right here before you take out?
Yeah, I just want to tell them, Big Dookie Chain on all social platforms. Big Dookie Chain on YouTube, unless we... Big Dookie Chain on Rumble, maybe in the future. Who knows? Anything could happen.
Big Dookie Chain on all of it. Yeah, man. Fuck her chilling. Sense lives. Peace.
Peace.